Welcome to the Sex, Money, and Real Estate Podcast, the show for real estate couples about how to close more deals in the bedroom. My name is Bill Jamison.
And I'm Nancy Jamison.
And each week we deep dive into juicy, intentional, sexy conversations, sharing with you what it takes to create balance in your intimate relationships and your real estate business. Thank you so much for being here. Shall we begin?
Hey, baby.
Hey, Big Daddy.
And hello, son.
Hi.
Hey, sweetheart.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
We're sitting here with our son, our youngest, who is not so young anymore, at the ripe old age of 13, our teenage son, who recently celebrated with many festivities as he turned into a teenager.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Jam fam. This is the latest episode of Sex, Money, and Real Estate. And just like Bill said, otherwise known as Big Daddy, that we are here with Lucas, and we're ready to share with you what it's like to have two teenagers in our household. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's a little crazy. So, hey, Lucas, you know what we do before we start every podcast or every episode?
Take a shower?
That is true.
That is true.
Because you got to smell clean for the mic.
Yeah.
But the other thing we do is we start our podcast with sharing magic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember what magic is?
It's where you can create a moment in your life where you share with others and it's amazing and magical.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
Magic.
I appreciate that. Yeah, so we define magic as your ability to influence yourself, others, and life. In what way, babe? In an empowering way. Remember? Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. So that's how we like to start off every episode, because what we focus on expands.
And what I want to start off with some magic real quick is I had other magic, but my magic right now is actually having you, Luke, on our podcast, because what I'm really enjoying right now is this giant smile that you have. So it really seems like you're having a lot of fun, and I really appreciate your faith and trust in yourself to jump on the mic and hang out with us. I think this is great.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Absolutely. So I will follow up with that magic. My magic is also you as well. And, I find it magical that you are a teenager. I cannot believe. I think it's incredible that you're 13. And just to think of all of the iterations of you. And one of the most magical things, you do so many magical things every day, Luke, but really one of the most magical things that you have been doing as of late is sharing with us about how your intention is to be a nice teenager.
Yes, that is my intention. I do not want to do specific things.
Mm-hmm. Like what? Like
I'd
be
lash out,
Lash out,
like
okay.
that.
Mm-hmm.
etc.,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc.
So your intention is to
Be nice.
be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love that. That's awesome. Okay, cool. Well, I'm complete.
Awesome.
What
Oh,
magic do you have, babe?
My birthday party is definitely my magic because friends came over and that hasn't happened in a long time because coronavirus, and my best friends, Luca and Lucas slept over and it was really awesome. We watched a bunch of movies and went to bed at 4 a.m.
That's fantastic.
We did not need coffee. We were already very hyper.
right.
And I got a lot of good gifts.
Yeah,
That's
great.
cool.
That's great. Ate a lot of great food.
Yeah, loads of cake.
Yeah. What kind of cake did you have?
There was a vanilla with chocolate. What was it?
Yeah, chocolate icing. Yeah, oh, the
No,
ganache.
yeah, chocolate ganache in the middle to hold it all together, and then we had fondant
Mm-hmm.
on the outside, and it actually looked like a Minecraft cake, which is what I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So it was amazing.
It was amazing. Beautiful. Cool. Fantastic. All right, awesome. So we have some questions for you, Lucas.
All right.
Are you ready to share?
Yeah, I am.
Are you scared?
No,
Are you real scared?
no.
Okay.
Good.
Awesome. Well,
Yeah.
one of the most important things about this conversation is we really enjoy as parents including you guys in a lot of things that we do, so that like being asked questions or being interviewed is definitely a mindset practice. And so let's start that practice now and get used to that. So this is a life skill that we're working on here. And it's really cool to hear your perspective, because your perspective is completely different than Rex's when we did Rex's podcast back in May. And it's obviously different than our perspective. And you have some really cool things to say. So we're gonna start asking questions. So remember, just be open and flow and just be you, babe, because you're awesome. Cool?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So my first question is, what do you love about being you?
I'm not sure, except for being me. I love my skills on cooking and all my video game experience and playing outside experiences. I love being me. I don't know how else to put it like that. But I'm not sure how to put it any other way, but
Cool.
Cool. That's awesome. And anybody that knows you knows that you love life and you love to have fun. So I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Can you talk a little bit more about cooking?
so
Like, how long have you been cooking?
I have been in chef school since I was 8, so that's 5 years now, and it's been really amazing. We have these chef jackets, and then we have badges. Once we get enough badges, we get jackets, and then the black jacket. After the black jacket, there's these different colored bars, and after that, you can graduate. And I'm actually the school's longest student that has stayed, which is really awesome.
Mhm.
And we get knife skills, and we start out with plastic knives, and we do measurements, and we make all sorts of cool things.
Mhm.
One of my favorite recipes that we do quite often is pasta, and it's so fun because we use the rolling machines that we hook on the side of the table, and we use the crank.
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
to make homemade pasta?
Exactly.
Got it.
Yeah. And then you roll out the pasta and then cook the
Yeah,
the fresh
we
pasta.
normally do the cranks is 3, 5, 7, which is how thin it gets, and then we normally do the wider pasta. We never do angel hair, which I really want to try sometime.
Mhm.
It'd be fun.
Well, we can do that on our pasta maker.
Yeah, we should do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
like tomorrow.
Really? No.
No, maybe this weekend.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome. What's your earliest cooking memory?
Oof. I remember doing a Mexican styled one once, and there was like a little sign, and I think there's actually a picture on the back wall area of the school where there is that same classroom, same area, but it was a different time of the day and different day, but it was the same like subject. So I remember that one. It was Mexican, and we made tacos. They're
Okay.
really good.
Cool. What
Yeah.
about around the house? You remember early cooking around the
Oh,
house?
yeah. Once, Dad was taking a shower, and he was going to make me a tuna fish sandwich. And I was like, how about I just get out the stuff for Dad anyway? And I knew where all was. So I went ahead and climbed up on the counter and got everything out. And I even got like the mayo and the onion and all that stuff from the fridge. And then when Dad came down, he like, okay, you did it yourself? I was like, yeah, I did.
And how old do you think you were at that point? Because you weren't very old.
I'm not sure, 4 or 5?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
Maybe
you were
even
young.
3.
I mean, you were literally climbing up on the counter to
Yeah.
get the ingredients and the
Yeah.
bowls and getting in the fridge and you lined everything up on the counter and the labels were all facing the same way and you're
Yeah.
like, ta-da!
Yeah, I was.
hungry.
Yeah, make me food, Father.
Yes.
Oh
No.
my gosh.
Do it
That's
now.
cool. That's awesome. Thank you for that.
What other hobbies and interests do you have?
Well, I really like biking. It's very fun and it just feels like it takes every emotion that's negative off of me, and it just feels nice to get the wind, whatever, through my hair, and it's just amazing. And I like going really fast and down big hills.
Mm-hmm.
And my mountain bike is really good for that. And I actually recently fixed it because it was stuck between a gear. And let me tell you, my hands were never as filthy as before.
Well, you know what? We didn't talk about this, but I thought it was, for me, I was like really inspired that you took that project on and did it yourself. The bike had been between gears for a little while.
Yeah, like a few months now.
Yeah, and then you were like, nope, I'm ready to ride again. And you went out there and you fixed that thing. And it's not like, we're not, you did a great job of just going out there and doing it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the
Thank
one I
you.
was going to say. It's awesome.
Yeah, and then Mom and Dad taught me that you flip over the bike, and I never knew that. And Mom showed me how to move one of the chain pulley
Gears,
things. Yeah, so that it's able to be more loose, so you're able to move it. And it actually wasn't the back gear; it was one of the front gears.
Mm,
So I figured that out after getting myself very filthy.
cool. Well, it's fun to get dirty every once in a while.
That's true.
Yeah.
I also love making and drinking tea because it's just the warmth is so nice down my just like
Something else you'd like to do is make tea?
Another
Yeah.
hobby.
Oh, okay,
Very
gotcha.
interesting.
and I got this really cool mug from one of my aunts on my birthday, and it comes with a little spoon and it has a little holder on the side of the mug, and it's really nifty and fun.
Nice.
That's great. I love it. Beautiful.
So, hey, Luke, what do you remember about being born?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
But what do you remember? That's the real question here.
That's the question.
Explain to the public.
It is a little hazy at this point because it's been 13 years, but let's see if we can remember, that story, or at least an abbreviated version of it.
Okay. Good.
Do you remember the thunder?
I do remember the thunder. It was like this giant clap of thunder at 3:30. Let's see. When was he? 3. Yeah, I guess it was like 3:30.
So we heard this giant clap of thunder that woke us both up out of bed. And what was that, Nance?
That was my water breaking at 3:30 in the morning.
Who has supersonic water breakage? It was.
Yeah, we did.
It was so crazy.
And then here's another part I remember them telling me about. So Mom was all rushing to get some clothes on, while Dad went ahead and went in the shower. It was taking his peaceful time. And Mom was like, hurry up, we need to go to the hospital now. And then Dad was making himself a sandwich.
Yes.
And then as soon as they were leaving the house, Grandma was coming in to watch Rex.
Yeah, because
So-
Rex was only 17 months old.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was sleeping.
Yeah, and
Doing this
then
whole
so we're
thing.
only like a year and 5 months apart, so yay.
Yep. And based on previous experience, I just thought that, you would hang out for a while with Mama, and we had all the time in the world. And little did I know.
Yeah, because Rex, he stayed in there. He was like, no, I don't want to come out.
Mhm.
And me, I'm a ballistic missile coming out. I'm just coming out at 4:55?
Yeah.
And it was like an hour or something later, and that's not much time.
No.
Let's just say that when we realized how fast that you were going to come into this world, that I had to drive really fast to the hospital.
Yeah.
I was definitely squeezing my legs. I was literally like holding you in. I was holding you in, Luke. I remember my legs were crossed, and I mean, I was in active labor, ladies, active labor in the car on the way to the hospital. And then Bill pulled up in the...
Well, first of all, I am surprised that Luke didn't come out a cone head because you were squeezing so hard.
Yeah. had a perfectly
That's
round
not
head.
funny, but it is.
Perfectly round head. It was very cute. Yeah, so you pulled up into the emergency section at Northside.
It had
And-
called ahead.
Yeah.
They were waiting for us.
Oh my gosh! And then they came out with the gurney and the not the gurney, the wheelchair and the whole doctors, and they examined me in the car.
And they thought you were going to give birth in the car.
Yeah, you had already crowned. Your head was already coming out of mommy's vagina, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm having this baby, and then they put me in the wheelchair and they're running me in the hospital, Luke. And guess what they did?
What?
They ran into the door. Like they had me in the wheelchair and they went poof, and they ran me into the door, and I'm like, ugh. And Daddy was nowhere in sight because he was checking us in, doing our driver's licenses and everything. And then they
Getting another sandwich.
and then they put me
Crackers.
into the birthing room, and I was like, oh my gosh, and I'm like, where's Bill? And he's coming. And as soon as Daddy came in, she's like, push, and I pushed, boom, you were out. You were literally born in like one push.
No meds for mommy,
Yeah,
no nothing. It was
Yeah,
just like,
and we I'm an early bird person, and the reason why we think that is because I was born so early in the morning, and I just think this. Yeah, my bed's very comfortable. I'd love to stay in it, but I just need to do anything but stay in bed because I need to do something active.
Mm-hmm. Time to start my day.
Yeah,
As you say.
exactly.
Mhm.
And for Rex, he was born
Go ahead.
later in the afternoon, so
Yeah, he was born at night.
what was it, like 7:20?
I think it was like 7:57 p.m. or
I
something.
think it was like
that.
7:20.
Mhm.
And so that's probably why he sleeps in so much. Or at least wants to.
Yeah,
Could
he's a
be.
night owl. He
Definitely.
likes it.
mm.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's
So when you were in when you were in utero, we used to call you a little rocket man,
Mm-hmm.
a rocket baby.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
So thank you because you're always so active. Just like now, you're always dancing around and pushing your feet out and making mommy's tummy look all lumpy.
You would push your foot out, and like your foot or your elbow, and you would like your elbow would go like across mommy's belly, and it always started at night. It was like at 10 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock at night, because we would put the headphones around on your belly. And
Yeah,
you
and the
listen to
music.
Elton John and Dave Matthews and U2 and Billy Joel and Coldplay and all those guys. And you would and Beethoven. We did a lot of Beethoven.
Yep.
And you would just dance a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and mom and dad were thinking
just
about
like now.
and mom and dad were thinking about naming me Rocco because that.
Mhm.
Also, it's a nice name, but Rocco and Rex.
Mhm.
That's what they thought. I would have loved the name Rocco personally.
Mhm.
I'm Rocco into my jams.
Hilarious.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was awesome. Hmm. The other unique thing about your birth story was that you had a billy bed
What's
for
that?
a couple of days.
Oh,
Where you
yeah.
were in what we called your own personal tanning bed, so you can move through your bilirubin and it was really cute. Yeah, because your skin was just a little. Go ahead.
So, if I'm correct from what them telling me is that I was not like fully developed.
Well, your liver
I don't
was
know how
still
to put it.
processing.
Yeah, and then
your bilirubin.
my skin was a bit yellow.
It
So,
was.
and then the heating crib thing would help
The
me.
infrared lights.
Yeah,
it was
would-
literally like a little tanning bed.
So
the
it would help
infrared
me.
light helped you process and dissipate all of that stuff.
And it was just a little confusing because it was Thanksgiving and we weren't sure if you were the turkey or the baby.
That's not funny. Honestly, what are you, cannibals?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, it was very cute. But thankfully you were only in there a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you're
Yeah.
delicious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are super sweet.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. Oh, that's great. What else you got on your list, babe?
I was wondering, Lucas.
Hi.
Hi. What's been your favorite book series so far that you've listened to or read?
I have currently been re-listening the whole Harry Potter series, and I am totally obsessed and a giant nerd now. So it is definitely my favorite series I've ever listened to. And then I've also watched all the movies before I've listened to each book, and then I listened to the difference, and I'm like, wow, big differences.
Now, my recollection is this is your second time listening to all the Harry Potter books.
Yes, and the first time was when us four had it as a family thing every night where we read it, and Dad was reading it, and
Yeah, Dad read the majority.
yeah, and it was very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we read a lot of those. Well, we read all the
of
books,
them, yeah.
all the 4 million words or whatever it was.
Yeah, and I
As
remember
a
we,
family, 1 million
Yeah,
words,
over 1 million.
And then-
million words, and we read it everywhere, right? Do you remember reading it on top of Grandfather
yeah,
Mountain?
and then I was wearing my fake fox skin hat.
Yep.
I still have it, so soft.
Yeah.
And then I remember that, what was it? One time I got my fidget spinner and I accidentally got stuck in Mom's hair. That was not fun.
Was that while reading the books too?
Yeah.
And
Or
then
maybe that was Lord of the Rings.
we read. Oh yeah, we did. Well, we read that series too.
Yeah, it
Lord
was
of the Rings.
Mhm.
different than the movies too, but
And
still
then,
around the same
Yeah,
line.
we did. We brought those books everywhere.
Mhm.
Camping, to the beach, to Grandfather Mountain. I remember we brought them one time when we were outside at La Paria waiting to be served.
Oh,
to
yeah.
eat Mexican.
Yeah, and then we also took
We
it whenever we
brought it
were
outside.
driving. Like,
Yep.
you were like, okay, boys, time to get off your tablets
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
let's just read the book.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we read those books everywhere.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Well, I'm excited. I'm excited that you're re-listening or listening to those again, from this point of understanding. That's very cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Okay, I have a question for you.
Yes, Mother?
How has having a pet taught you about love?
Ooh, that's interesting.
Well,
What kind of pets do you have?
we have one catfish. He has a 4-gallon tank to himself.
Mm-hmm.
We have 4 goldfish that we got from a friend that's now moving to Pennsylvania. So
Mhm.
we got her goldfish.
Mhm.
And they're in, what was it, like a 8-gallon
It's a
tank?
10-gallon tank.
Gosh, looks smaller compared to them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have a cat. Now, we used to have a cat before. I don't have any memories of him, but his name was Jack. He was a gray cat, very kind, as I've heard. And that Rex used to chase him back and forth down the hallway
Mm-hmm.
as I sat on the counter like, what's going on over here? And then
Yeah,
I used to have a cat. Her name was Ginger.
Mhm.
And she was a great cat. Mom took me home from school one time, and we weren't going exactly home. And I noticed that. We stopped at a house. And then we walked in, and these kind people let us in, and then we went to the backyard. And there was one orange mama cat, and she had 12 kittens. 12. And
That's
so,
a lot of cats.
yeah, it is. And so we were allowed to adopt one. And then I picked one. She had black paws. And then I said, no, it was one with white paws. And I said, actually, no, I'll have the one with the black paws. So they got that one for me. And I had a cat, and that was Ginger.
Mm-hmm.
And on the way home, we were deciding. And then I remember seeing how they picked her up, and I saw her underbelly.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw how it was ginger color. And so I why don't we name her Ginger? Because she has the color of ginger on her stomach
Mm-hmm.
and her fur underneath her. And
That was for what? Do you remember why you got that kitten?
oh yeah, it was for my birthday.
It was
I
for
turned 7
Yeah.
a week before that,
Mhm.
and it was really awesome.
Mhm.
And she's a purr bucket, a
Mhm.
definite purr bucket.
She purred a lot.
Yeah,
She
but
did.
she was more on the scared side of things, definitely, but she was still amazing. And when she left, when we moved,
Mm-hmm.
she was more of an outdoor cat, and when we moved, she became permanent outdoor.
Mhm.
And
She's on. We say that she's on her adventure. She
Yes.
loves having her outdoor adventures.
and I know she's still alive because I've seen her 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's her because she has white paws now. Her paws used to be black, like I mentioned earlier, but they turned white over time. And I know it's her. I know she can survive because I remember she came back once with a what was it? Oh yeah, a sugar glider, which is a specific
Squirrel.
species
Right.
of a flying squirrel.
Yeah.
So, and then
She's
she ate
fierce.
it.
She's fierce.
Yeah, so
Mm-hmm.
I know she's alive.
Mm-hmm.
And when she moved on, she's not dead. She definitely taught me more about appreciating animals.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate you being so authentic about that, Luke. It's very powerful. Awesome. Okay, cool. So, how about Grandmom Shirley? Why don't you describe your relationship with Grandmom or anything that you want to talk about, Grandmom?
Our relationship is really good. We're partners. We're little partners, and we have a lot of fun. And what was it? Last year? No, it was during quarantine, but it was spring, yeah. And she got a kitten, and Grandma asked me to help her raise the kitten, and we named her Evie, and she's a diluted calico, which she has those colors of a calico cat, but they're, what was it, foggier? Softer, yeah. And
I like your word diluted. That's very
it's
very
the specific type.
Mm-hmm.
And all calico cats are female. And
I did not know that.
really, I did not know that. Okay. And so Evie is now very big, and Grandma and I do a lot of things together, and yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. You guys have a great partnership, a great friendship,
Thank you.
a great love.
You guys hang out a lot. You talk on the phone a lot. You text a lot.
Sometimes we just text for a whole 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Sometimes you leave your brother behind and you go over there and spend the night, or
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool.
Like on Thanksgiving, I spent the night.
Yep.
It was very fun.
Yep. Cool. So, question again.
Yes.
All these questions, right? Describe what it's like being the son of Bill and Nancy Jamison.
It's
What do you love, or maybe what do you dislike?
I love that they're my parents, and so what's great is they make amazing food. They help me a lot. They do really awesome stuff for me. And I also love how we always go on camping trips, like spring break, winter break, fall break, all the time. And did I miss one? Spring, fall. Yeah, I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. And we always go on to great places, and we travel a lot, and that's amazing. And we love watching movies together. We love watching all the Star Wars together. We are currently watching the Mandalorian series together, and
That's so good.
So it's really awesome, and yeah, they're great parents. And what I do think I would like more is gaming time.
Okay, next question. Wrap this up.
Let's move on.
Let's move it along, kid.
I'm not going to go further into that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's good. That's good.
Awesome. What you got, Nance?
Luke, do you have anything that you want to share? Maybe with maybe there's other kids listening in the car with their parents, or do you want to share any affirmations that you do to yourself to bolster your confidence, or
I always, to make myself more confident, I like listening to this certain, what was it, band or something? They're called The Score, and I listen to them on YouTube Music. It's a really cool app, and they're really good singers, and their songs encourage me a lot. So I listen to their music a lot.
Mm-hmm. You also listen to Baroque music a lot, too.
That's true. I listen to that whenever I'm doing homework.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's beautiful. Awesome. I think that's great. I mean, unless you have like a story that you want to share or a highlight or anything like that. I mean, do you want to talk about what it feels like to have a brother, or you just want to skip over that?
Well, I'm just gonna make this brief.
Okay.
It is attempted. There's a lot of things to cover, but I'm gonna do my best to make it brief. What's like to have an older brother? It's okay. There's definitely points where he goes overboard on things, tackling, but it's really awesome to have an older brother to have my back.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to make that clear.
Yeah, that is. That's beautiful.
Or older sibling.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you are the older sibling, for kids who might be listening out there while their parents are listening to this in their car with a Bluetooth speaker, if you are the older sibling, help out your youngest sibling and do them some good stuff and give them loads of love.
That's awesome. That's great. Thank you, honey. Beautiful.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Anything else you want to share?
No, I'm fine. Thanks.
Yeah?
That's great.
You've done a great job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You were like a natural on this mic for sure.
Yeah, I've done a few stage things before, and at my old school, we actually had this play thing at the end of the year all the time, and it was awesome. The first year, we did the Zodiacs. Second year, we did this cat play. I was the butt of the cat. And then the third year, we did an Egyptian play, and I always got a role, and I always got a really good role. So, yeah.
That's great.
I've had a good stage experiences, and this kind of stuff will help me for my career.
For sure. So you think you have a career in acting or music or something like that?
Similar to acting.
YouTuber.
Yeah, I definitely want to be a YouTuber.
Cool. All right. So probably the last question. I don't know where you are, Nance, but last question, and we'll let you not game. Okay. So you turned 13.
Mm-hmm.
What are your goals or plans for this year until you turn 14?
Can we not talk about?
Yeah, I love freaking out Mom about that. Next year, Rex will be getting ready to start driving.
Yeah.
No, wait, no, he's 14.
Anywho, Daddy asked you a question about your goals.
I'm not sure. Freaking Mom about it next year, and definitely, changing. Changing is definitely going to be a big thing.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
But yeah, that's my main goal.
All right. Cool. Yep. And maybe get those braces off in a year.
Yeah, the braces don't get me started.
Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you for hanging out with us for a while tonight.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Happy birthday to you.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if any of you young guests have questions for Lucas, feel free to send us an email at sexmoneyrealestate@gmail.com, and we'll be sure that Master Lucas replies back to you.
Yes, I will.
In a timely fashion. That's awesome. Very cool.
All right. Well, love goes out to all. And thanks again, Lucas, for hanging out with us, both not only in the podcast, but choosing us to be your parents.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And to all those out there, we'll see you on the flip side.
Yes. Love you guys. Bye for now.
Bye.
Wow, what a show. Thank you so much for listening. And if you're inspired, we ask that you share the podcast with one person and subscribe and follow the show. I'm Bill Jamison.
And I'm Nancy Jamison.
And remember, it's
a great life. Quick note about the Sex, Money, and Real Estate podcast. We are not doctors or licensed therapists. We are a joyous, abundant, and mature couple passionately sharing our story of growth around sex, money, and real estate. Our thoughts, opinions, and beliefs are our own, so please consult your doctor, healthcare provider, or your broker regarding any questions or issues you have related to your physical or mental health or specific state laws regarding your real estate business.